Hey, Honors American Lit. Rather than do a live Zoom with you, I decided to do just a video Zoom so that you could check this all out just at whatever time works for you on Monday. So you should have finished The Great Gatsby before this. And if you haven't, maybe pause, go finish it, and come back because we're about to spoil things for you. But before we get started, let's pop over to Google Chrome and check out the week ahead, and then we'll look at the vocab. So today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite psychologists, Sternberg, and his triangular theory of love. When you think about all of the love and the crazy that happens in The Great Gatsby, it feels appropriate. And then you'll have just a quick check-in with me about, you'll take some notes and turn those in. Tomorrow, you're going to then apply what you learned today to The Great Gatsby with the relationships in The Great Gatsby activity. Wednesday, check back. I'm going to have another video where I will be introducing the big, huge iSearch project. Actually, I think probably what I'll do is Zoom on Wednesday at 10 a.m. and then I'll post that Zoom afterwards so that you can check that out. So either join me live at 10 to learn about the iSearch and then you can ask questions, or you can watch the video later and then send me some questions. Thursday and Friday, I'll try to have some Zooms during my office hours where I'm just there and it's just open. You can pop in and ask questions because I know you'll have a lot as we're preparing to do this iSearch project. Thursday, your topic proposals for your project will be due. Friday, we'll do a part 1 check-in. We're going to let The Great Gatsby not have a final, which feels really sad to me. Also, if anyone can find a free version of The Great Gatsby to watch, feel free to watch that, or you can rent it. The one with Leonardo DiCaprio is the one that I usually show in class, so that's pretty fun. Okay, here are our words for the week. Word number 1, asylum. I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Hunchback of Notre Dame, but in that movie, she screams out sanctuary. So she's seeking asylum. Now, this is really long, but essentially it's a place of refuge or protection. And it could be, in a country, in a place, just that they're seeking that, or a actual place that it is. So someone could be seeking asylum in a country or a place, or it could be an asylum. And so when you think about the, etymology of insane asylum, essentially, initially, it was supposed to be a place of refuge, of protection, of safety for those struggling with mental illness, and it obviously didn't continue that way. Camaraderie. Hopefully you all have a lot of camaraderie. It's a spirit of friendly good fellowship, so friendship. You might call someone your comrade, which would make you feel like you were in Russia or communist area, so maybe don't, but there we go. Colloquialism. These are pretty cool, and you use way more of these than you think you do. So these are a local or regional dialect expression, like to chicken out or to lose one's nerve. So they mean different things depending on where you are, right? So it's a local or regional dialect expression. So something that people say that's specific. Disingenuous. So you've got that dis and in, genuous, right? Lacking in candor. So not being truthful, giving a false appearance of simple frankness, calculating. It is possible that some of Gatsby's things were disingenuous, right? Think about how Allies said he was putting on a show. Egregious errors. So this is conspicuous, especially conspicuously bad. So usually, like if you were to say it was egregious errors, they were really bad. Fractious, pulling apart, right? Tending to be troublesome, unruly, quarrelsome, irritable. So if you think about fracturing, fractious is, these things, it's quarrelsome, it's troublesome, it's irritable, kind of pulling things apart. Hypocrisy, you guys know this one. Tom was the ultimate hypocrite, right? Feigning to be what one is not or to believe what one does not, behavior that contradicts what one claims to believe or feel. So when Tom was saying, people are ruining the family, but he was cheating on his wife. Incorrigible, incapable of being corrected or amended, such as not reformable, depraved, delinquent, not manageable, unalterable. So can't change. Malleable, unlike that, malleable is capable of being extended, shaped by beating with a hammer, capable of being altered or controlled by outside forces, having a capacity for adaptive change. So it could be a piece of clay. It could also be a person and their characteristics. Rancorous. Love this one. Pretty sure we had it before. Marked by anger, deeply malevolent. So those are our words this week. And as a reminder, this is week 25, I believe. So just this weekend next, and we are done with vocab, guys. So it's pretty exciting. All right, now I'm going to pop into a different screen share so we can talk about Sternberg. And I'm going to go through this pretty quickly just to make sure that we have some basic information. Oh, sorry, down here for tomorrow's activity. So Sternberg's triangular theory of love. Sternberg's theory, he had a theory that there are three main components that make up love. So we have intimacy, passion, and commitment. And different combinations of those make up to 7 different kinds of love. So, and when he talks about intimacy, he's not talking about that physical intimacy that we sometimes think about. He's talking about feelings in a relationship that promote closeness, bondedness, connectedness. So you could have a lot of intimacy with your sister, with your mom, you know, with a friend, because it's that emotional connectedness, that bondedness, and things like that. Passion, now that is the romance, if you will. The drives in a loving relationship that lead to physical attraction, sexual consummation. So those are that's where that fits in. And then commitment. This is the decision that someone makes to be committed to the other person. So you could actually be committed to a number of people, right? And you could have one of these without any of the others, or a combination. So that's what he said. He said there are 3 that are just that one component. And so liking is only the component of intimacy. So you can like a friend, you can like a sibling, you can like people that you just feel that bondedness, that warmth, closeness, but you don't have any passion or maybe long-term commitment. Then we have infatuated love, and that is only the passion. You're missing out on the other facets of love. So, you know, whirlwind romance where they just are all over each other or something like that, that might be more of this infatuated love, just the passion side. Then you have empty love, and that is just the commitment. There's not any intimacy, there's not any of the passion, it's just the commitment. This can sometimes happen in arranged marriages when people haven't met each other. Now, just because something starts as empty love doesn't mean that the other components can't grow out of that. And so this isn't a commentary on arranged marriage and whether or not that's okay. Okay, now we start to get into these combinations. So romantic love is when you have both the intimacy, the bondedness, and the passion. However, you may not have the deep commitment that we're talking about here. So, you know, you may be like, but I am committed to my high school sweetheart, right? But a lot of those don't last. And I'm not trying to break up any relationships, but I'm just saying, you know, so the commitment is missing. And so we've got that romantic love. Then we've got fatuous love. So fatuous love is where you have passion and commitment, but there's not any of that emotional bondedness, right? And so, you know, you've got the fire and you're committed to it, but you're not connecting on that emotional level. And then we have companionate love. And that, I would say, is a lot of what we feel for our family members, right? Because you have both the intimacy, that bondedness, and the commitment, right? So we can have that compassionate love with companionate love with a lot of different people, depending on situations. And then consummate love. And Sternberg obviously argues that this is the ideal because it's the combination of all 3 types of love. And in your romantic relationships, this is what you're looking for, right? Something where you have the intimacy, that emotional bondedness, you have the passion, and the commitment to one another. And he even says that maintaining it is really difficult and takes a lot of work. And so it's not something that just happens and then stays that way. All right, and I will post these, a PDF of these so that you can refer back to them. But this is the triangle. So you've got liking, intimacy, commitment, and passion in the 3 different corners. And they have their individual types of love. And then along the sides, you have the combination of two of them. And you can see we have romantic love on this side and companionate love, and then fatuous below. And then in the middle of the triangle, we have all three for that consummate love with the intimacy, passion, and commitment. So what types of love do you see around you, in your home, with your friends, at school? I see a lot of fatuous or just infatuated love at the high school, actually, in the halls so much. With your own relationships, and it may not even be a romantic relationship. Do you have some of that companionate love or liking with people? With your friendships? And then again, we have the triangle, and the triangle is going to be really important. So for today's assignment, what you're going to need to do is fill out a triangle. Lovely. And then answer these questions right here and turn that in. It can just be in a notability file, however you want. Maybe take a screenshot of this really quick so that you've got this information. And I will also post this in today's assignment, as I said. So hopefully that was interesting. And tomorrow we're going to take what we've learned and apply it to the relationships in Gatsby. So be thinking about those. And it will be a great time. Bye, guys.